gentlemen, the show is about to start in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature. The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
What? Right there it go. Shit crazy. Top of the book this morning is acting an ass. Hold on, let me see if I could do those switcheroo one time. What is the deal, y'all? Man, I'm having technical difficulties on the computer, so now I got to rock on the phone. But we good though. We good though. Can y'all hear me? Y'all can hear me? Hit that like button, like Mike Guerrero said. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to Digital Prez in the building. Yes, sir. Who else we got? Eugene Powell in the building, man. What is the deal, man? Top of the morning. Yes, sir. Egalitarian 207 is in the building, man. Top of the morning to you as well. Who else we got? We got Robert Pena in the building. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. We got Dirty Eric 1500. What is the deal, man? What up? What up? Raiders. What else we got? Raiders C-Dub, man. Good morning to you, man. Top of the morning. Happy Wednesday to you as well. Hope all is well with you and yours. Michael Guerrero, of course, my guy, is in the building, man. For real, for real. Robert Pena, Michael Guerrero. You know what I mean? We in this bitch. We in this bitch, man. Like I said, I'm gonna find a way. Raider Goon, what's the deal, man? Top of the morning, man. Happy Wednesday, man. Hump day. Mike. Hookers and hookers and whole bags. Let's get it. What's up, Adam? Good morning, man. For real. Okay, that's about it. Okay, we gonna talk about some shit, man. The Raiders made a couple of additions. I know people. I see little memes and shit going on out there. Basically, calling us the what is it, the Las Vegas Patriots, or are we the New England Raiders? Who is we? You know what I mean? You guys got to understand, man. Hey, all these moves that they doing like this is just to make sure this offense is efficient, and anybody in this offense is the type of player to be efficient. Because, like I said, we're gonna have to go ahead and rely heavily on this offense to win games this year until that defense is ready. There's gonna be so many new parts on that defense. We're gonna need scoring. Bottom line, we're going to need scoring. I mean, there ain't no way around it. It is what it is. We're going to need some motherfucking scoring. So with that being said, man, they went out there and they got Brian Hoyer, career journeyman, backup QB. It's understandable. He had a few stints with New England. So therefore, his familiarity with the offense is there. The dude, 37 years old, he was undrafted out of Michigan State in 2009 in New England. The three stints that he had with New England was 2009 to 2011, 2017 to 2018, as well as 2020 to 2022, just most recently. So 3 years he was this last go around. He also had stints with the Steelers, Cardinals, Browns, Texans, 49ers, Bears, and Colts. So he is a career backup. But like we were all wondering, if something did happen to Garoppolo, you're not going to rely on a rookie. It is what it is. So I think you're going to be safe. Garbers definitely wasn't going to be something they put in that game. Nope, Garbers wouldn't have been in, because you think about it, he really has no live regular season action. Just to throw him in there like that is something, you know what I mean, especially for an undrafted rookie. If we do draft a quarterback this year, at least you have the luxury now to make him the third receiver. You could put Garbers back on to the practice squad and protect him again. Can't nobody touch him. And then most likely he will end up being, if we did draft a quarterback, the focus, what they think might happen is that Garbers will be the backup for that incumbent rookie wide receiver if we do draft one. So that's what I see happening. Hoyer, like I said, if Garoppolo did go down, Hoyer is somebody that knows the system. Like I said, if you know the system, the weapons are already around you. They're already around you. You know what I mean? You just got to have a quarterback that is efficient, takes care of the ball, and delivers the ball to his his threats, his playmakers. Let them make the big play. And I've been stressing this all this time that you don't have to be the guy to make the big play. You don't have to be the one in the limelight, to get all the glory of, oh, he's threading needles out there with those passes. No, just get Devontae the ball, get Hooper the ball, give Josh Jacobs the ball to run with, let Renfro get the ball, and Jacoby Myers. Let them do everything else after that. You know what I mean? You don't have to do too much. Shout out to Holly. Top of the morning to you, dear. Thank you for being here. Yes, indeed. It's a pleasure to have you here. Yes, indeed. NorCal Raider Jesse, my dude. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Raider being at work. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. Get that paper, man. Get that paper. Yes, indeed. The Browns to the playoffs or near it. And that blew out the shoulder. Had a good Tommy John surgery. Well, yeah, Tommy John surgery. I remember a lot of baseball players. Shit, the joke was, it might not even been a joke. It might have been true that they purposely wanted to get the Tommy John surgery because it made you that much better coming off that surgery as far as throwing. That's crazy. But yes, I heard that rumor before with baseball players. But yes, shout out to the 23 people that are watching. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. What the channel is, you say? Look behind me. Raiders Allegiance. It's on the wall. It's on the wall. You know what I mean? It's on the wall. But yeah, Raiders Allegiance, man. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so. Hit that like button. You know what I mean? Leave a comment, share this video. If you would, I appreciate it if you did. With that being said, man, yeah. So that's one of the moves the Raiders made yesterday was getting Brian Hoyer in as a backup, signed to a 2-year deal. I think the deal total, if I remember what the salary cap was, I think it's only like $1 million something. Cheaper than Stidham, way cheaper than Stidham. You know what I mean? And it's somebody that knows the system more than Stidham did. Ain't that a bitch? These guys are playing chess. The other addition that they went and did was get Danny Amendola. Remember the receiver? I'd be fucking up his name for real. Amendola. Whatever. What kind of fucking what nationality is that word? Is it like Russian? Amendola? That's like he the only person I ever know with that last name. But they did sign him to add him to the coaching staff. Last year, he worked as an unpaid interim with Arizona, freshly out of retirement. So that was 1 year he got into coaching, but he wants to coach. His father is a high school coach in Texas. So Danny Amendola mindset has always been like he has to have football. So he's in the coaching. Now he's with the Raiders. Another former Patriot, but somebody like him would be nice to work with the slots. You know what I mean? Especially Renfro, Jacoby Myers. I don't think he would have a problem. But to have somebody like Amendola to sit there and explain what your job is within this offense and how to perform it at a high level, I think that's a good addition. A lot of people, like I said earlier, about the jokes being made about us being the Las Vegas Patriots. But the thing is this. We're focusing on the wrong thing. It has nothing to do with them being former Patriots. What it has to do everything with is them being in this system that we're running here. So if, say, for instance, McDaniels was with the Texans and he started getting former Texans because they were all played under his. Notice is only on one side of the ball. Notice all of these former New England Patriots are all offensive players. Notice that. You know what I mean? If we were trying to do it the New England way, then why aren't we bringing in defensive players, which Bill Belichick's pedigree is defense? Why wouldn't we be bringing defensive players over here as what we're doing with the offense? Because it's only about the offensive scheme, the system. You go get people that know this system. This system has not been anywhere else. What, you gonna go grab people from Denver years ago? And everybody that they went and grabbed in free agency are all still in their prime. They're in their mid-20s. You know what I mean? So you had to go grab people who knows this system that can plug right in and can help anybody else on this team that needs help with understanding what their job is within the system. I think it. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Let me see. Um, Pac Parham is next to the schedule for next season. What? Oh, you talk about Patrick Graham? Corey would be a good QB coach. Yes, he would be a good QB coach. He's a career backup. That's all he's going to be. But I mean, I know we had issues like, well, what happened if, and we hate to use, bring this up, but what if Garoppolo does get hurt? Then what do we do? What if Garoppolo has us at 6-0 and like this offense is clicking, and then suddenly he goes down? We gonna be mad as a motherfucker. You put Garbers in there and this motherfucker gets tortured. You know what I mean? He has no game experience. You know what I mean? Now you bring a journeyman in like Hoyer, who's been in the league, you know what I mean, for years, you know what I mean, for over a decade plus, you know what I mean, and been in with this team. There's a reason why, look, all these teams that he played for, New England's the only one that brought him back 3 times. 3 separate times they brought him back. No other team brought him back again. He only did 1 stint with everybody, except for New England. New England brought him back 3 times. And he does have a Super Bowl ring with the team was it the 2011 season they won the Super Bowl? He was there as the backup. And then he went away for 6 years, came back for another 2 years, went away for 2 years, came back, did 3 years. You know what I mean? There's a reason why New England kept bringing him back. You know what I mean? He's a serviceable backup. That's all he is. It ain't like, oh, he's gonna compete. He's gonna compete with Garoppolo for the starting position. Fuck no. He ain't gonna compete as a starter, man. For real. He's a good solid backup, man. That's all he is. See, at least he knows what he is. You know what I mean? He ain't trying to come here like, I got an opportunity to take the starting job from Garoppolo. Yeah, you think? You think? Man, good luck with that shit. Amendola is a great hire. I think so too, Egalitarian. And to the coaching, see, people and you hear people talk bad about McDaniels, McDumbass. But this offseason, the only coaches he brought in, I think that's the 3rd offensive guy he brought in here. You know what I mean? So they're trying to have this offense, and that's the only thing he really is responsible for is the offense anyway. He's trying to get this offense to fire on all cylinders. He's taking at every position on his team. He went out there and not him, but Ziegler gave him the tools he need to run this offense the way he see fit. The way he envisioned this offense to run is exactly what they went out there and get. They got a quarterback that knows it. They went out there that's efficient in the red zone. They went out there and got receivers that know it. One receiver can stretch the field. The other one plays the slot. Now you're going to go out there and get former slot receivers and bring them in as a coach to help these, because that tells, and how many wide receivers? We got 11 wide receivers. All of them ain't making the team. Some of them going to the practice squad. You got to figure that in. You got a 16-man practice squad, and we still have not had the draft yet or signed undrafted free agents. You know wide receivers are coming. Why else would you host Zay Flowers? And go look at Zay Flowers' film. The boy's dynamic, especially after the catch. The boy's dynamic. You know what I mean? So they got their eyes set on receivers. We know of one that they bring in. I want to keep hearing the other names in the 30 total players that are being brought in to have their top 30 visits. I'm curious now. We know one receiver, but I want to know what other receivers do they have their eyes set on. Yeah, it's not the Patriot way. It's not the Patriot way. And damn near the only motherfuckers be talking about that's on defense from the Patriots is Chandler Jones. And how many years ago was that he was with New England? Shit, he's a fucking Cardinal if you ask me. Shit, that's where he was getting all them stats with the fucking Cardinals. Shit, after what? After he did his stint with New England, he was gone. That motherfucking boy hit the road. For real, for real. Yes, I think Amendola's he will help Renfro. That's can you imagine if Renfro gets Amendola his skill set? Like he can actually talk to this guy. Because and I know that's the kind of thing that you would feel McDaniels want. Because I remember when Waller was here, he was having Waller watch Gronkowski film just to see how he is supposed to flow within the offense. Now Renfro has that. You know what I mean? Renfro has that now to be able to sit there and talk with him and know exactly what's expected and what he has to do within his offense. I say get to Kentucky. Fuck no. I would not get motherfucking Levis. Told you, Levis, why would you go get a turnover machine? I mean, he's a big quarterback too with good completion percentage. But like I told y'all, go look at his last 2 years with Kentucky. He averaged an interception every game for 2 years straight. The last 2 years, Levis averaged 1 interception per game. Bro, who does that? Who does that? And you just big, strong arm quarterback. And I'm telling you, with he completes in the 60% percentile. Is his completion percentage. I like the 60 because that's where Stroud is and that's where Hooker is. Richardson is in the 50s. He's never seen 60% or higher in a completion percentage in any year in college. But Levis, he does. That's one thing I give him. He does complete passes. He's a big stature in the pocket, does have a strong arm. But an interception every game is what he averaged. That's not good, bro. That because all it takes is 1 interception, and that ends the game for you. You do not want to turn over the ball. You know what I mean? You don't want to turn over the ball, and he does that. He had 10 interceptions last year and 13 the year before. Come on, bro. That's not good. That's not good. See, look, I look at all the weaknesses. As a matter of fact, Stroud doesn't have a weakness to me. He good stature, can make all the throws, doesn't turn over the ball like that, and he's very productive. Very productive. Coming off a 41 touchdown season. The year before, I think he was at 30. He had 36 touchdowns, I think, in 2021. But when I look at Hooker's a combination. Every weaknesses that we see Levis and Richardson have, Hooker does not have. Hooker is the highest completion percentages out of all these quarterbacks, right? He only turned the ball over with 2 interceptions last year, and he had 27 touchdowns. The year before, he had 30-something touchdowns with only 5 interceptions. You know what I mean? I'm not a Levis dude, man. Fuck a turnover. That's one thing that kills you. McDonkey knows he can't establish or prove people wrong next season, so defense coach is next. Nah. I think somebody need to go do research. McDaniels is not bad, bro. Y'all don't have no stats the statewide. You just it seems like you hear people say McDumbass and he's a clown. Okay, give me why. Give me the good reason. Give me the reasons why McDaniels is not a good coach. I'll wait. I want good, not your opinion, not because he dresses funny or you don't like his haircut. Tell me some real substantial, stats that back your claim that this guy is, and I'll give you stats that proves you wrong. You know what I mean? I'm expecting this guy to do something good because he did something good with a year that was installing a system. First year for a head coach is to install his system. You know what he accomplished with just installing it, not perfecting it, installing a system? It gave you the 12th overall best offense in the NFL. It gave you the 10th ranked offensive line in the NFL. It gave you the number 1 running back rusher in the NFL and the number 1 touchdown receiving receiver in the NFL. It gave you 23.3 points a game. That was only 6 points behind Kansas City, who led the league with 29 points. So McDaniels is such a fuck up. He's fucking Tim Brown's record is getting beat in the same season by Devontae Adams. Bo Jackson's single game rushing record got beat by motherfucking Josh Jacobs in the same year. The first year of a head coach that's installing a system. And we seen that the system they don't have it down all the way last season. When you had Renfro running into Adams and Waller interfering on plays that the ball was meant for Adams. We seen this shit. We seen it. When McDaniels was learning his personnel, he didn't use Josh Jacobs in the first 3 games like he figured out to start using them. That's how you find out about your personnel. You got to watch them in your system. Nobody on this team has ever played in Josh McDaniels' system. So what was he supposed to expect? Who did he know was going to fit in his system and be able to produce without putting them out there and putting them in live action fire to see what this man can do? See, a smart coach was the coach that he didn't utilize Josh Jacobs because he didn't know what he had with Josh Jacobs. Then when he started seeing what he had with him, he started giving him the ball. Thus, the leading rusher of the NFL. Y'all don't have no stats to back up this man don't know what the fuck he doing. That's what's crazy. It's like y'all just pull shit out your ass that you heard on ESPN, or better yet, y'all running with the narrative that people that don't even like the Raiders, that hate the Raiders, never was Raider fans. The shit they say, y'all running with it, and y'all supposed to be Raider fans. That's crazy. That's crazy. Y'all run with it, and these motherfuckers don't even like you or like our team. They don't like the fan base and they don't like the team, but you running with what they say as gospel. As gospel. McDaniels is such a fucking dickhead that how many former New England Patriots just signed yesterday, came back on? So now you got a total of, you got 2 wide receivers, you got a quarterback, a backup quarterback, and a former slot receiver turned coach who all came to fuck with Josh McDaniels again. Man, that's crazy to have a fucked up ass coach that can't lead men, to have men follow him to another team. Come on, y'all. Y'all ain't got no motherfucking. That's why I don't be paying attention to a lot of shit motherfuckers be saying. They just be talking out their ass. And all the facts is saying otherwise. What you just gonna ignore the facts? You're gonna ignore the stats those are blowing up stats in all those categories. So 23.3 points a game is a blown up stat, and that's coming in a season that we scored not a motherfucking point against the New Orleans Saints, which dropped our fucking average down to 23. Come on, man. Come on. You went toe to toe with Kansas City in the same offense the first time you faced these motherfuckers. Only 1 blowout in the whole season. 1. Yeah, we lost some games. Hell yeah, we lost games. Games that could have been won, though. They could have been won. Gruden only won 4 games in his first year. I don't hear you saying shit about that. You know what I mean? Like I said, you got to give this dude the opportunity to install his offense. And then this year, with all he has on, there's no excuses for him this year. He got it. And I'm only speaking of the offense. If the defense start losing, we know the defense ain't ready. You got some players on defense, but they're not the kind of players that come in here and move the needle on making us a Super Bowl contender. They're depth and rotational, and they're players that's given opportunity to go ahead and earn a starting spot. The draft is how you build a team. Everybody know that shit. How you think fucking Baltimore was so dominant in the early 2000s? They built that shit through the draft with Ray Lewis and them. That wasn't a free agent team they built. That was a team they went into the draft, and Ozzie Newsome hit on his motherfucking draft picks. That's what we got to do. That is the motherfucking blueprint. Hit on your draft picks. With 12 draft picks, hit on them. That's all you got to do. If they don't hit on them, that's going to be Ziegler's fault for fumbling the fucking ball in the draft this year. And it's going to be McDaniels' fault if his offense can't produce with all the shit he added with people that knows his system. And if it don't do shit, Then you get on his helmet. You can't get on his helmet for the first year. That don't even make no fucking sense. Flacco was Flacco with Baltimore. But no, I'm talking about back in 2000 Baltimore. When they had who was it? The motherfucker rushed for 2,000 yards in that season. Jamal Lewis. Hey, that was a balanced ass Baltimore team, but that defense only kept you to 10 points a game. Come on, any defense to keep you to 10 points a game, how many games you think you're gonna win? Let's be honest. If we had a defense that only kept the opposition to, on average, 10 points a game, how many games you think we're gonna win? I should be asked, not even asking that question. How many Super Bowls you think we could contend for with that type of defense? Come on, bruh. Like I said, man, you gotta use your scruples. I know it's early in the morning. Go get you some coffee. You know what I mean? You gotta go get some coffee, man. Get some coffee in you. Gotta get some coffee. John, come on, John. You saying we got too many wide receivers, bruh? Do you know how many people you carry into the fucking training camp? You know they make cuts every after every preseason game, right? Well, what they let you have? What, 80 players? No shit. There's gonna be other positions that ain't gonna make this team. You think all those receivers are gonna be on this team? Come on, bruh. I know you've been watching football longer than that, bruh. You know you just don't start off the season with 53 man roster. You know you start off with, after what is it? I keep forgetting the number, but 80 something players, and then you cut down, or is it 90 something, huh? Then you cut down to 81, then 70 something until you get 53. We know them receivers all ain't gonna make the team. Come on, bro. They ain't got nothing to do with getting rid of Renfro either. Come on, y'all. Hey, if y'all want to know the facts, just ask me. I tell you. We know all them receivers ain't gonna make it, man. Yeah, Renfro's gonna stay. He got Amendola in his motherfucking corner now to go ahead and help him. Because, you know what I mean? I think there was some struggle in this offense. This offense is not a simplistic type offense. Come on, but man, every player has told you this. That's like you saying, you hearing Devontae Adams said, oh, no, this offense here, you can't just bring anybody out. Listen to this. You can't just bring anybody off the street and think they're going to get this offense unless they're a genius or something. That's what Adams said. That's how complex it is. So if nobody can just come off the street into this brand new offense and get it that easy, why did you think anybody on the offense that's already on the team was going to get it that quick? What, because they all played together but never in the system? You think they just going to come in and what movie was it where a motherfucker could touch the book and just everything in the book he just knows? You know what I mean? You touch. Oh no. You remember the Matrix? They could just upload the motherfucking program of, yeah, like they can upload the program into these motherfuckers of the system so they can automatically have it. Oh yeah, I know this shit now. Man, you're gonna have to go out there and trial and error. You're gonna have to fuck up to learn this shit. That's how life works. You're gonna have to burn your motherfucking ass on the stove to find out, hey, this motherfucker hot. You know what I mean? Like a kid. Like a kid. They didn't want to go car route, bruh. They didn't want to go car route. Come on now. Why you think they made that contract where they can get out of it in year one? Come on, bruh. They left themselves an escape route. Because look, what if Carr did come out there and boom, he hit, we get to the playoff, we go deep in the playoffs. They had a contract already in place to keep him with the team if they wouldn't have released him then. Remember, it was that deadline that they had 2 days after the Super Bowl to release him to not get hit with that motherfucking $40 million guarantee. Remember that. They're doing this shit smart. They got contracts structured where if you do produce, we can keep you. If you don't produce, we can get out that motherfucking contract and throw that money right back into the free agency pool to go out there and find somebody that can get the job done. Carr couldn't get the job done. Come on now, his red zone sucked ass his whole career. The red zone, even when Gruden was here, the red zone was fucking our weakness. You know what I mean? So it's like you went out there and they went and got a quarterback that he's not the most, he ain't an elite quarterback. We know this. But if you look at his record in that system, see, everybody want to look at what the Niners know. You got to understand that our system and what the Niners run are nothing the same. Nothing the same. You don't see us putting Devontae Adams in the backfield like Debo and using him as a running back. You know what I mean? You don't see that kind of shit. You ain't putting Devontae back there like no running back, bro. Hell no. You ain't jeopardizing your number one wide receiver like that. That's crazy. Carr had 9 years and ain't he just didn't. It's time that, man, sometimes everything comes to an end, bro. Everything comes to an end. So you got to see how this shit folds with these and these are guys with the knowledge of the offense. So let's see what happens. Like I said, you don't need Garoppolo to come out there and be fucking Brett Favre or you don't even need him to be Tom Brady or fucking Mahomes. You just need him to take care of the ball, complete your passes, let your playmakers make the big plays. You don't have to do much. Look what he's surrounded with. You know what I mean? And be efficient in the red zone. That's the only thing I said. Renfrow isn't going anywhere. I said that shit for real. This regime isn't Mayock and Gruden. It sure in the fuck ain't. They could have moved on from him with no cap hitting 2 weeks ago. Yup. And they didn't. Yup. The only other move that makes sense by moving Renfrow is trading him after June 1st. Then you only take a dead cap hit of $1.8 million. You know what I mean? And you freeze up, what is it, $6 or $7 million it saves to the cap? But I mean, what the fuck you gonna trade somebody after June 1st unless somebody on this team is outplaying Renfrow at that position. You know what I mean? Unless, you never know. You never know. But there's receivers. There's a lot. Like you said, there's 11 receivers right now? Somebody's going to push somebody. We know Adams ain't going. I don't think nobody going to push Adams. And we know Jacoby Myers, his whole thing. He is a good number 2. Let's just say that. He's a good compliment to Adams. I like that shit. What's the other dude? Philip Dorsett? Is it Philip Dorsett? The other receiver? So, and don't forget the guy that's here for special teams, DeAndre Carter. Now, DeAndre Carter is another guy who was on the practice squad with New England back in 2016 and 17. So he's familiar, but last season with the Chargers, was it the Chargers? I think the Chargers, he had his best season in his career with over 500 yards receiving. You know what I mean? But special teams is what I would love to take. I'd be kind of worried having Renfrow back there doing special teams because I don't want him to get hurt, man. I want him to be healthy and contribute to what this offense is trying to do. But like I said, we're going to have to lean heavy on this offense if we want to contend until the defense is ready to develop and hold up their end of the bargain. You know what I mean? On the defensive side of the ball. Because I expect there to be a shitload of rookies on that side of the ball. Like I said, I expect the split in the draft. I think it's just going to be 75-25 with 75% defense, 25% offense. So what you're looking at is about nine players on defense and 3 players on offense if we keep the 12. If you trade up and have to get rid of some, then it slims down. But I think they'll make moves along the draft because we got multiple rounds with multiple picks. So therefore, we got a lot of flexibility to either jump back into another round or move back and get more compensation to jump up later. You know what I mean? They're gonna play this motherfucker like a fiddle. You know what I mean? They're gonna play this draft like a fiddle. That's why I expect. That's why I expect. Yeah, Carr gone, bruh. It's time to move on. Carr ain't coming back. Carr ain't coming back. He said pay traders. Man, yeah, you got to do some research, bruh. You got to do some research. Jorge, good morning. Yes, indeed. He said, hey, that's what, hey, Tebow should have been a tight end, though, or a fullback. You know what I mean? Didn't he try that shit before he went to baseball? He tried, he did, they had him at tight end, didn't they? Some team that had him. Sometimes that shit work, bro. Sometimes that shit work. You remember when fucking what you call it went from quarterback to wide receiver and he was killing it with Cleveland. He was killing it with Cleveland at wide receiver, man. For real. Yeah, not all is what making the team. The wide receivers. You got a 16-man practice squad that you got to fill, bruh. To even have that logic of thinking that, oh, because we got too many wide receivers, we getting rid of Renfro. Come on, man. Everybody's not making that team. I don't think Keelan Cole gonna make the team. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I think Keelan Cole might end up back. He was on the practice squad last year. Don't forget, DJ Turner is still here as well. He was on the practice squad too. He's not gonna start over Jacoby Myers or Renfro. Like I said, man, oh no, motherfuckers is weird. Hey, Ruggs only had that off-field incident. When Ruggs played, Ruggs killed it. He's starting to come into his own, man. That's the one sad thing about this whole situation with especially losing a life like they did in that wreck. But man, he wasted his life in the process as well because he was on to something. That dude was Hayward Bay with hands. You know what? That's what we expected out of Hayward Bay is to be fast and get those deep passes. But Hayward Bay couldn't catch. Ruggs could catch. That's exactly what we were looking for in Hayward Bay. A fast receiver that can catch. Because it just changes. Can you imagine if Ruggs would have never gotten to that instance and we teamed him up with fucking Adams? Can you imagine that? Ruggs, the safeties would have to fall back because they know this dude's speed. Man, I mean, you just sit here and think about the what ifs. For real. It is what it is. Carr is gone and Ruggs is gone too. So ain't no sitting here and getting drunk off of if was a fifth, we all be drunk type. Merrily, life is but a dream type shit. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. Hey, man, you don't disrespect people in the chat, man. That's all I ask for. You can come here and debate all you want, man, but that disrespect is not cool. Especially you talking to a lady like that. Nah, them ain't trash wide receivers, man. They productive. Fucking Jacoby Myers? He had 800 yards last season. He had 800 yards. He wasn't even the number one receiver. He damn near produced like it. But just remember, you got Mac Jones throwing to him. And the rumor is out that they trying to move Mac Jones. Let's see who drafted Mac Jones. It wasn't McDaniels. Who's the head coach with all the power? Oh, so you mean to tell me a first-round pick quarterback that Belichick took is not panning out and they're trying to move him for a draft pick? Go figure. Go figure. Yeah, for real. Don't do that shit, bruh. I told you I don't man, you know what? This is what I do, homeboy. I don't get down with that shit. He just got 187, y'all. He gone. I just shot him in the motherfucking dome. 5 to the chest, 2 to the head. He gone. He gone. I don't take that shit. Navy Vet 44, salute to you, my guy. Thank you for being here. Yeah, this ain't gonna be too long, man. I was having fucking technical difficulties on my computer. It froze up on me. I'm gonna go ahead and get another setup to go into that room with an Ethernet cord because they say you don't want to stream over Wi-Fi anyway. They said I'll be watching the shit on YouTube, but they're like, nah, you don't want to do that. Your streams ain't gonna be good. You know what I mean? Yeah, homeboy gone, y'all. You ain't gotta worry about it because I don't take that disrespect shit lightly. You know what I mean? They will bring up. Hey, say that again. Say that again. He was trash. And who? Hey, what? And here's another one too. What about other coach of Seattle when he used to be with New England years ago? Trash in New England. But see, here's the thing though. When McDaniels was in Denver, and this is fact, I want y'all to go look it up. Go look at his coaching staff. Go look up McDaniels with Denver, the coaching staff he has, and then investigate what the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, special teams coach, running back coach, go see where they come from. None of those guys was McDaniels dudes. He was force-fed those coordinators. All those coordinators were former coordinators under previous Denver Donkeys coaches. From Shanahan to Reed. They were all former coordinators of former head coaches back when Denver was in their glory days, or back when Denver was fucking around at the glory hole. You know what I mean? Those were not McDaniels coaches. So how do you expect me, if I got named head coach and I'm not allowed to go get the guys I feel can come in here and help me win? And it's what Al Davis used to do too. Al Davis used to do that to his coaches, get a young coach and force feed them the coordinators. But that's what Denver did to McDaniels. So you figure a first-time head coach, don't know none of these motherfuckers on the coaching staff, never coached with them ever. I gotta work with these motherfuckers. But I'm the boss, but I can't get the employees I need to make this shit work. That's what you expect the shit to be successful in Denver in that kind of environment where you're working with strangers and you trying to teach them your system on how to and for them to go ahead and coach the wide receivers, offensive line, the tight ends, the running backs. But they don't know your system. But this time around, McDaniels comes here and he brings guys from his system to install his system. Now he has his own QB coach, offensive coordinator, selected his defense. I don't even know if I don't think Josh McDaniels, I would have to look into that one because I'm kind of looking at Ziegler. But even though Patrick Graham has been with New England in the past as well, though. But don't forget, Ziegler was in the front office back then, learning how to become a general manager. Just like Champ Kelly's trying to learn how to become a general manager under Ziegler. You know what I mean? So he was there when those selections were made. Yeah, people got to do. They got to do research. Y'all got to do better research. Do better research. Florida QB was good too. Who? Richardson, 53% completion rate. Richardson. That Richardson never reached past 59% completion percentage. Never in his career, even though it was only 3 years. But the one thing I give about Richardson though if you did draft Richardson, do expect to have him for 2 years because he's only 20 years old. See, that's why I gotta here. Let me get off of what we've been talking about. Let me get on the on Richardson. I'm starting to see fucking signs that the Raiders is going to draft Richardson. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Because if you draft Richardson at 20 years of age now, remind you, he's at the age where you still should be in college. You know what I mean? There's only a 2 years difference of being out of high school. You usually graduate at 18. I think he came out early though. Sometimes you get students that graduate at 17 just because of their birthday, but he's at 20 years old and you come out, you can come out as early as your junior year or not. You know what? Not even your junior year. It doesn't go by what year you are in college, how early you can come out into the NFL draft. The rule of thumb is, because I remember with Maurice Claret, you must be out of high school, be removed from high school for 3 years, at least 3 years. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. You don't have to go to college. You know what I mean? You can go to prep school because they remember the same thing they had to figure out with Fitzgerald, who was the wide receiver with Arizona, because his first year he went to a prep school out of high school, so he was allowed to come out of college his second year in college because he had 3 years removed from high school, and that's the NFL rule. So it's not how many years you was in college and got out of college, it's how many years you're removed from high school that allows you to go pro. So 3 years removed, generally, if you went to a 4-year college straight out of high school, that would be your junior year. You can come out into the pros at the earliest. But yeah, man, hey, you figure you got Garoppolo for at least, it's a 3-year deal, but it's basically a 2-year deal. You know what I mean? With an escape route after the year one, and then you bring in Hoyer on a 2-year deal. So he's here for 2 years. Okay. That's about the much time I would give them to groom Richardson before he takes over. That'll be another 2 years that Garbers will be in the system, who can come right in as the backup. Your backup and your starter would be, if you draft Richardson, I don't know. I just got this feeling. Hey, salute to you. Maybe a Raider YouTuber. Tops, man. Thank you for being here. But yeah, I'm starting to see signs of this shit, man. I'm starting to see signs of this shit. Oh man, that would be crazy. But I don't think Richardson, I can't speak like that either. I was getting ready to say, I don't think Richardson is who the Raiders were talking to the Bears about moving up the number one to get. I think Stroud is their number one choice. I think Stroud is really their number one choice. And like I said, the crazy thing that could happen, and it all depends on what the Houston Texans do. If at number 2, the Texans take defense, and I'm talking about if they don't pass on Carter, if they take Carter at 2, it's on and cracking. It's on and cracking. Who's a spy? We the people? Who? Raider Kush Turbo Duran is a Mount Fugazi lover. What the hell? No, that, you know what? Cash Money, I agree. If they did go Richardson, you must coach him up. You must give him 2 years. I think that would be perfect if they did go that route. I know Richardson is not ready. Now, other teams will probably, baptism by fire, just throw him out there. You know what I mean? But I think we're lucky to be in a situation where we do have the first string quarterback and the backup well-versed in this offense. So you let Richardson sit there and just groom him until, you know what I mean, until he's ready. But you have to admit that man's God-given abilities is dynamic. I mean, more dynamic than anybody in his draft. If you can work with this guy and develop his accuracy. But you got 2 years to do that, though, where he can fully understand the offense by the time it's time for him to start and take over for Garoppolo. You know what I mean? That'll be that's the only scenario I would be comfortable in. I hit the mic. Testes, 1, 2, testes, 1, 2. Can y'all hear me? Oh shit, I had to do that shit like shout out to Beavis and Butthead. testes, 1, 2. You know what I mean? The Raider room. If we don't move up to get either Stroud or Young, we going heavy defense, and I can actually see them trading for Mac Jones. Nah, Mac Jones ain't it's too late for that, bro. That ship that came and sailed, trading for Mac Jones. If we don't draft a QB, how would you trade for Mac Jones? What that's not. It doesn't make sense. You got Garoppolo under contract, and now you got Brian Hoyer as your backup for 2 years. On a cheap, his deal is cheaper than what we would have had to pay to keep Stidham as a backup. That's crazy. I don't think Mac Jones. Yeah, Mac Jones ain't doing shit. I don't think that's gonna looking we the people. Thank you, fam. Who was it? What, there was a Charles Washington. What's the deal, man? Crazy Bucky Brook. Latest mock draft. Levis doesn't get drafted in. Are you fucking serious? Nah, somebody's gonna take him. Somebody's gonna take him. He's another dude. You know what I mean? You can correct the turnovers. No doubt the dude is a good pocket presence. He does have a hell of an arm. He's mobile too. The only thing is, I think he gets a little cocky in games and he tries to show off his arm strength in games. You know what I mean? And like, zipping the ball when it doesn't have to be zipped, like on short passes. He's one of them kind of quarterbacks. That's the only way I can see all them fucking interceptions, because it doesn't match up for him to be not accurate when his accuracy is in the 60 percentile. You know what I mean? And that's basically what these top quarterbacks in this draft, where they sit in the 60s. But he's the only one with double-digit turnovers in 2 years straight. A total, I think, 23 turnovers, interceptions in 2 years. And that's about as many games. I think he played one more game than the interceptions he got total for the last 2 years. So Levis is, you know what I mean? But I don't want that. You know what I mean? I think if this offense is that complex, you need somebody like Stroud who's ready right now. And the other Hooker's ready right now too. Because at 25 years old, I think he played football for 5 years. He has 5 years of experience. You know what I mean? The only knock on him might be his ACL, but ACLs ain't shit to recover from no more. No, man. Hey, surgery, medicine these days, man, they'll have you right. You might be better the second time around. You know what I mean? Like getting Tommy John surgery second time around, you like, ooh, I wish I would have had this motherfucking arm before the injury. You know what I mean? Oh, Turbo Duran, who the fuck is that? He's in here? Was he in there today? Turbo. I know who the fuck. I blocked his ass. Just like I just got rid of this other fool that was up in here, man. Motherfuckers up there disrespecting Holly, and I told him, hey, go on with that shit. So I had to pull out that heat, man, and go ahead and give him business. You know what I mean? I had to get get another notch on my belt. Yeah, all them motherfuckers is weirdos. They all weirdos. That's, you know what I mean? Fuck them fools. Motherfucking weirdos. Hell nah. Y'all lying. You know why? Because I got a wire. Nope. I know y'all lying because my mic is working because I got a lapel pin, a lapel mic, or what they call it, lavalier, whatever the fuck how they pronounce it. I invested in this shit, boy. Yeah. So I know all you motherfuckers saying you don't hear no motherfucking audio, y'all motherfucking lying. Hey, don't let me block you out this motherfucking chat for lying to me. Like how you talk to your kid, don't you motherfucking lie to me. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Did you call the teacher a bitch? Don't you motherfucking lie to me. Did you call the teacher a bitch? You did? Get your ass in that room right now. I'll be in there in a minute with my belt. How do I know the conversation? Because I done had that shit as a kid. Not my son. My son good. But boy, I tell you, I done did some shit. Did you pee on that little boy leg at the school? I did that shit too. Did you pee on that little boy leg? They said that you peed on that little boy leg, and he was my friend too. We was in preschool. We went to a Christian school, man. I was bad as fuck. I know them motherfuckers thought I was the devil. I was like, oh no, we gonna need an exorcism on this motherfucker. Stroud, Stroud was good in college. Don't forget that fucking when they came down to them Final Four in the they should have went to the motherfucking national championship. But them motherfuckers, the kicker, it was Stroud that drove their ass all the way down to get in the field goal range. He was using his legs and making the throw. Go watch that game again. What was it against Georgia? I think, they would have upset. Georgia would have got upset. Stroud is the one that took that motherfucking team, boy. I was like, because we was watching it in the casino. I'm like, oh, these motherfuckers about to win. He drove them all the way down in the field goal range, and the motherfucking kicker missed. But Stroud did that shit, man. No, I don't think he's gonna get. You know what? If Richardson ain't there at 7, bro, I think the Colts might try to grab his ass. To be honest with you, I'm starting to think now that, yeah, because now the fucking the owner of the Colts, is it the Colts? No, Texans. Texans say they want a quarterback in the first round, but they got 2 first-round picks. That's why I said the whole draft will change if the Texans go defense at number 2. Trust me on this. If the Texans go defense at number 2, like if they go Jalen Carter, I promise, I bet you the Raiders is talking to move Arizona to move up to motherfucking number 3 to get Stroud. Because I think Bryce is going to motherfucking Carolina, unless these motherfuckers do some old game goofy type shit. Like Richardson going number 1 overall. I mean, that's a possibility. It all depends on what the team values. You know what I mean? But AR is starting to grow on me, dog. I swear to God. I swear to God, he's starting to grow on me. I go back and watch this man's interviews. We know the physical ability. We know he got the arm strength, the mobility, the height, the speed. We know all that shit. Accuracy is not perfect. It's not horrible. It's not like 40% or 30%. He's in the 50s. He's so a little bit over 50, so he's breaking half, but we need to get that motherfucker close. If we can get him to 70%, if we did take him, I'll be fine with that. And I think 2 years learning the system behind Garoppolo and Hoyer would be a big compliment to him and a big asset for him to develop into a dominating ass quarterback. But I like his mindset. He know, because they asked him, well, what would you work on your thing? He said, well, to be honest with you, he said, my accuracy, of course. He said, but I have the kind of mindset where I feel like I can get better at everything. That's what you want to hear. He's basically he wants to be your clay, and he wants you to mold him into being perfection. He said, whatever these coaches need me to do, that's why them going to dinner with them, it made sense to try to get them in a comfort. You know how they usually bring you to dinner and you kind of get relaxed because now you got good food in you and good drink. And now the questions start coming. And they try to put you in scenarios on the field of like, well, if you were in this scenario with the safety coming in here and what would you do? And they just want to get a natural response out of them. You know what I mean? If he shows promise that he can identify, but see, there's a difference between identifying your defense and getting out there and taking what the defense gives you. You know, it's easy on doing X's and O's on the board when none of the X's or O's are moving. You know what I mean? We know what you're supposed to initiate, but sometimes shit changes in the process. So you got to adjust accordingly. Now that causes for you to be sharp and quick on your feet. You know what I mean? Able to analyze shit quickly. And that is one of the reasons why at the combine, they have players take the Wonderlic. You know what I mean? Because it's a test that it's like an IQ test, but you only get a allotted amount of time to answer as many questions as you can. And they tell you if you don't have the answer, move on to the next one. Because they want to see how quickly you can absorb the information and put out the answer and come up with the answer. And that's just like when you assess defenses as a quarterback, you want to be able to process that shit quick because you ain't got a lot of time until the heat is on your ass. You know what I mean? So I'm like I said, I don't hate Richardson. I just feel like there's two other quarterbacks better than him, which I think is Stroud and Hooker. But I think Richardson has the higher ceiling out of all of them. His ceiling is just, oh my God, just if he can learn quick, if he can understand shit and process information and be coachable, I think Richardson will be that motherfucker. And like you said, I would hate for Denver or somebody like that get him. We know Kansas City ain't. I'm not worried about nobody in the division, but Russell Wilson, long in the tooth, there's going to be a point where it's time for him to hang it up. Herbert is young. Mahomes is young. That Denver would be the motherfucker to do some shit like that. That's why I said the same thing about Jalen Carter. Like if Jalen Carter's there at 7, do you pass him up? Or do you let him continue to fall and have a team like the Chargers move up, move up in the draft to draft him? Can you imagine Carter on that fucking team with Khalil Mack and Bosa? And you add Jalen Carter at tack? Oh, come on, bruh. And we got to face that twice a year? Fuck it. Go get Richardson and then we can run away from Jalen Carter. He can't catch Richardson. We just going to do rollouts. We're going to do rollout options every play against the Chargers. Oh, my goodness. Nah, Stallworth and what you call it is two different instances. You know what I mean? Stallworth can't drive no more. His license forever suspended. But the person he hit did come between two parked cars. You know what I mean? That was a different story. He didn't see that motherfucker. But Ruggs was speeding. Garbage to the practice squad. Yup. Nope. Hoyer's the backup. You don't put a rookie at backup in this system. You don't do that, Raider Room. It's too complicated. It's too complicated. All the players are saying that shit. All the players that played under McDaniels this past year, not all of them, but a couple of them, they express highly that this is not an easy offense. It's going to take more than a couple of games to get this shit down. So a rookie coming out of college, hell no. After and can beat out the fucking backup who's been in the system with New England on 3 different occasions. Like Hoyer was good enough in the system to be brought back to New England out of his career 3 separate times. That's telling you the wealth of knowledge he has. They relied on. He's reliable. You don't bring back a backup over and over and over again unless you rely on him and know he can get the job done, because that's what they did. And he must be a better asset more than just being a backup as far as being a book of knowledge for the young guys to come pick his mind. about the offense to better understand what it is that they're supposed to be doing. If you draft AR-15, don't forget we got a starter and backup. He's going to sit the bench for at least 2 years. At least 2 years. Because he's only 20 years old. He's hella young. There ain't no quarterback in the NFL at 20. None. Ever. Ever. There has never been a quarterback starting in the NFL at 20 years old. You know what I mean? They usually are still in college. You're usually around, depending on your birthday, you're usually around 22 years old your senior year when you graduate. This dude is 20 and he's in the draft. So he's one of those dudes. He must have probably, somewhere along the line, his parents probably got him into school a year early. Because he played for 3 years in college. He's a junior at 20 years old. That's the equivalent to most people only being in college for 2 years. At 20, you go from 18 to 19, 19 to 20. You're usually 18 when you graduate. Some people, like I said, are 17. Depends on when their birthday is. But they turn 18, you know what I mean? They turn 18 right away. AR-15, okay. Second. I mean, it all depends. We'll say, that's why we can't. Hey, every day that comes off the calendar, we're getting a day closer to the draft. That's all I can say. We get to find out what these dudes do. I like Hooker too, though, Holly. I like Stroud and Hooker. I like the investment you could put into AR, though. AR-15. What he could become is scary. That's probably the most intriguing thing about him that got teams kind of salivating about moving up to grab him if they choose that route. But they're just looking at the potential. It's the potential that has fools fiending for him. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing he did, you know what I mean, right now, as far as, you know, the shit that you have to learn to be good at. The shit running fast and jumping high, you ain't got to learn how to do that shit. Motherfucker, you're already doing it. The time wide receiver Starworth killed somebody under the influence of alcohol, then went to the yeah, but the person he ran over, they came from between two parked cars, though, right? That's why he's back in the NFL. It was something that was at night and somebody came from between cars. How the fuck you supposed to, you know what I mean? And he was drinking. He was drinking. But he wasn't speeding and ran into somebody that was right in front of him in a car too. Now you add reckless driving under the influence, and it's like the person was, you could see the person. They was in their car in the fucking same lane you was in, and nobody else was out there. You know what I mean? It's difference of you driving down the street and then somebody just, you know what I mean? Kind of like I'd be nervous when kids be around the street because they do the same thing. They'll lose a ball between two parked cars, and a lot of kids get hit that way. But I mean, what can a driver do if that shit happens? Oh, what happened in Mikey's live? That motherfucker, what he was asking for somebody to donate money to the buffet. No, he be watching. I kind of figured that shit, man. That's why I asked his ass. Cause he was just too motherfucking disrespectful. They need to go ahead and I can't wait till they come up with the internet that shows your face and address. Show your face and address. Jalen Carter. I like Cansey. Smith is solid too. Breeze is solid. I like Ika too as far as a nose tackle. I can't pronounce his first. I just know IKU or IKA. Ika, the big old nose tackle. I did a thing on that one. I like Hooker too, Charles. I like Hooker. I that motherfucker is ready. At the bare minimum, it'll be a year you sit him. I just have a feeling. Yep, Patches. I gave him 187. That motherfucker. I remember summer school, 7th grade. The bro got in trouble. Oh shit, sound like me. 7th grade. Bro got in trouble. His mom showed up. See, I never got a whooping in class. I was so fucked up, especially in I'm gonna tell you, in high school, my math teacher, I used to fuck with him. He wore hearing aids, and I'd be in the back of the class, like making high-pitched screams and shit, trying to fuck with him. But I would skip math because during math it was the other people's lunchtime, and I'd be in the gym hooping. I would never go to class. I think I missed 41 days of classes, and he was supposed to report me to the counselor because that was terms of being expelled, missing that many days. But I think he was so glad that wasn't in class, he didn't say shit. He didn't say shit because he was probably like, if I report him, they're probably gonna give him a second chance, and then he's gonna start coming back to class again. So he didn't say shit. But hey, it was on my report like 41. You missed class 41 times. Man, my parents had to come up to school. They say, yeah, usually we expel people for shit like this, but he never reported it. I knew right there, like, oh, he didn't want to report it. I got in trouble though. I almost got expelled. Man, you know how many motherfucking times? It wasn't a whole lot, but I almost got expelled for a whole bunch of shit. Man. I had a few fights. I was kind of off with it though. I did some shit that was wrong, but at the same time, they knew not to fuck with me no more. It's like something wrong with him. Oh shit, R. Kelly in the house. Yup. R. Kelly, baby. Pissing on motherfucker. I've been pissing on. I done pissed in bitches' mouth. Scratch that. I'm getting y'all got me a little too loose up here talking shit. Never mind. Sorry, Holly. You heard that wrong. Lunatic. There's rumors from Bleacher Report. We re-signed Yannick. You know what? I'm about to check because I know he was a free agent and he didn't go nowhere. That'll be nice. Bringing Ngakoue back, bruh. Hold on. I got these. Let me check real quick. I'm about to check right now, y'all. Hold on. I hope this shit don't kick me off. I'm trying to see if they got any updates about that because that'll be solid. I just read somewhere Todd McShay said if it ain't Bryce Young or CJ Stroud as their number one receiver choice, they said they're not interested in no other. But I mean, you don't. How the fuck you know? Visiting Chiefs. Okay, don't say nothing about the Raiders there. Market closure. Don't say shit about that. Yeah, man, I'm not seeing anything about Ngakoue, but I'll keep my ear to the ground though. That'll be solid. But damn, how much is he going? We don't got no money for him. We don't have no money for him, man. Depending on what he's asking for, because we only got like about what we got 3 million under the cap. But I know there's probably some maneuvering they could still do. But yeah, that one's I don't know. Raiderzilla, what's the deal, man? Tops. Hey, Kush. Raiderzilla, he wants to be part of NWA, man. I told y'all about him before. So you got to give him the right channel to go through. Not YouTube channel, but the right channels. You know what I mean? Of what he got to do. Because I know Dirty said there's certain he got to some shit. I don't know how it's gonna be done. He has some confidence too, for sure. Yeah, man, I've been on here a little bit too long, man. I don't want to cross into nobody others, because I know Kush got his workout with Kush time. So, and I've been on here a little bit long, but see, that's because I had to make up for this fucking computer acting a fool. Witherspoon, I like Witherspoon too. Like I said, we got options, dude. We just all we gotta do is just make the right choice. The choices are gonna be there to grab somebody good. We just gotta make the right choices. That's it. That's all we gotta do. I really don't want to move up. I'm gonna tell you, I don't want to move up in the draft. I want to at least trade back or stand pat. That's the only thing I say. KJ Jefferson, yes, solid for real. I'm from Ohio. Stroud from Ohio State is the truth, but he needs to sit a year. Exactly. I think everything is set up for that. Okay, hold on. Who's giving me information? Hold on real quick. Before I get off, let me go check this update real quick, and I can tell you. Yeah. So when I just checked the little story on in Bleacher Report, what they basically were doing were giving you a list of the best available free agents that's out there now, and Gakwe is not with a team. So that's what they threw out there. We don't have no money for him. I keep it a buck. I think what you do now is go ahead and get ready for the draft. Get ready for the draft. That's all you can do. For real. Oh, we got some good shit this weekend. Hey, Saturday, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. Shakur Stevenson fights. Yeah. Got UFC, I think Adesanya, part 2 with the dude that took his shit. Kevin Hart, father, would say, hold on. We almost lost you today. Yeah, you almost lost me. No, I went to go check on the article. I went to go read it because somebody sent me a link to it. That's all I was doing. I didn't, my shit ain't fucking up. But don't we need more people we need more people than this to vote on it though, right? We need more people to vote on it. You know what? We can I got him on Twitter. He got at me on Twitter. So I got straight contact with him. So fuck it. I should just go ahead and say fuck it. Nah. But yeah, I understand how like I said, you got to go through the right channels of getting in the network. So vote. You want to vote now? What we got? Kush. Kush, you say take a you want to take a vote for Raiderzilla? I vote yes. You gonna do it in the chat? Okay, we'll take a vote now. I let me get all in favor of Raiderzilla becoming part of Nation with Attitude Network. Let me get a what we gonna use? We're gonna use an eye or a thumbs up. I don't know. Say yes or no. Yes. Or you want to put it in the NWA chat? Put it in the NWA chat. I think that's the best way because that's where everybody at. That's where everybody at. I say yes. I didn't type it on here though because I'm on my fucking phone, man. I ain't trying to get kicked off, and I do need to get off of here so Kush can get ready to do his jumping jacks and his motherfucking dips, his dip set. He gotta do some dip set and some bench presses. They said Kush benching it 135 5 times. Boy, you strong. Willie Wayne in the building. Yes, I say yes too. Fucking Loon, what I do, Jorge? I ain't did shit. Shit, I guess that's unanimous. Nobody said no. Everybody say, yeah, I believe so. Is he still in here? Raiderzilla. Let me check. I know you was in here for a minute because he said he's down to be down with NWA. He got at me on Twitter. And I told Dirty about it already. Oh, he just put it in the W. Okay, we'll see what the vote is in the chat. Y'all gonna make me fucking start hallucinating, man. Have me Oh no, just saying. Okay, it's good. Bear Crow. Oh my God. I remember that in motherfucking football, bruh. Shit. And then Japanese push-ups. Are you familiar with the Japanese push-ups where you get up and like ass in the air, but you dip down and come up and then dip down and come back up? The Japanese push-ups, bruh. Them motherfuckers have your arms shaking because you got to stay pushed up, and then you got to dip your head down and come up with your head up, and then you got to come back in reverse and then do it again. Man, that working your abs and everything. Remember doing that shit when wrestling. They used to have us doing that shit. Man, I'm already knowing they used to have us do that shit, boy. All right, so we got all that shit done. All right, y'all. I'm about to jump my light skin ass off of here and go listen to some Albie Shore. I'm doing all light skin shit today. I'm about to get off here. You know what I mean? Go listen to some Albie Shore while eating some butter pecan ice cream. You know, because it's light skin too. So with that being said, I'm about to go eat me some no, let me quit. Some brown rice because that's light skin. But you guys enjoy your day, man. I'm sorry about the computer acting up on me. I'm gonna get that shit fixed. I'm gonna see if I can get this. I like Drake. I fuck with Drake, especially the last album, not the one with 21 Savage. I hate that album. The album before that. Light skin in the building. Yep. All right, but y'all take it easy, man. Be safe. Make it back home to your loved ones. Hold on, where my shit at? And remember, when you get out the shower, don't let nobody play with your booty hole. That's your booty hole. With that being said, make sure that motherfucker clean. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Same Raider time, same Raider channel. Right here, Raiders Allegiance with your boy Lunatic Raider. Please, to those who have not done so, please subscribe to the channel. Hit the motherfucking thumbs up. Hey, welcome to the party. Because it ain't nothing but a gangster party. Ha ha! Boy, I'm about to get into that stupid. Hey, they should have had a light-skinned nigga on that song, man. Too many dark niggas on that song. I'm Lunatic Raider. I'm out this. B.I.E.